Why do divers run out of gas?
Hello everyone, thank you once again for joining us on the latest edition of our preview for the upcoming issue of InDepth magazine. I'm Nico Lurot from YouTube and more recently from GUE TV. Please do check that series out if you haven't yet, my creative imagery for diver series. But we're not here to plug me, we are here joined by the rock star, Mr. Michael Menduno. As always, go on, get it out.
It's my base. Gotta have my base,
Props.
you know?
We have props today. Michael, it's great to have you back. I know this has been a rush, this issue, hasn't it, as you've been in Mexico, lucky boy.
It has. Took some time off and I came back to a big wall of work. So I've been working through it. Yeah.
Worth it, though. It's
It
great
was
to have you
totally
back.
worth it.
Yeah. It's great to have you back. What stories can we expect to see in this month's edition of InDepth?
Well, we could start off with this question. Why do divers run out of gas?
I know this because I've done this. We don't check our gauges before we jump in the water.
That is certainly a contributing factor, yes, but there's more. Any others? Any guesses?
They don't practice good buddy systems.
Well, that can certainly get you in trouble if you run out of gas and you don't have a buddy nearby. Yes, that could ruin your whole day. Yes, for sure. But that's not the answer either.
Well, you're going to have to tell me. And guys, if you do want to know what the answer is, stay tuned until the end of the video to find out why divers run out of gas. Shoot, Michael, what stories do we have this
Well,
month?
so we have an interesting one. Probably a lot of people out there, certainly our GUE audience, has heard of ratio Deco, but I found in just talking to people in the community, there's just this wide range of views on what this is, from a magic formula that George Irvin and the WKPP cooked up to get out of the water quicker and not get bent, on the one hand. On the other hand, people think it's, a foolhardy, unsubstantiated Deco incantations practiced by Kool-Aid swilling quacks and charlatans. I mean, the opinions are all over the map. So,
Tech divers are the pinions, never.
yeah, surprise.
No. But okay, so for the uninitiated, what is ratio Deco?
So, ratio Deco is really it's a rules of thumb that come out of the fact that the GUE uses standard gases and the standard Deco model. So after you do a set of dives over and over and over, you can kind of say, gee, on this dive with these gases, if I stay an extra minute or two over my, stay an extra minute, it's going to add N more minutes of Deco. In shallow depths with nitrox, you can pretty much look at, depending on your average depth and time, what your no decompression limit is. And if you go past it, how much extra Deco you can do. So there's sort of rules of thumb to practice on the fly for, being on top of your dive, being in control and knowing what to expect and what's going to happen. And we have a great piece by Rich Walker. He's a GUE instructor trainer and instructor in the UK.
Yeah, right here in the UK, I know,
Right
Rich.
in the UK, yeah. So he kind of walks us through it. It's the first of a two-part series. So this part we look at shallow dives, 30 meters and above, and next time we'll take it to a next level up to about 50 meters. So looking at how these rules apply. So it's a really interesting piece, yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, ratio Deco, guys. There you go. We've got a bit on that.
Yeah.
You got some more stuff as always,
I
assume.
do a page out of history. So look what I found this month. I got back. This is this envelope addressed to me in Key West, where I used to have aquacore, from Sheck Exley. And I thought, I got a letter from Sheck. It's postmarked September 1992. And lo and behold, it's Sheck's decompression table. It's a Hamilton Exley table that he used at Monte to dive to 867 feet, fresh feet of seawater, in 1989. So we're just going to publish this as just kind of a fun little page out of history, if you will. So kind of excited. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you say that on our channel? You can
Nope, I cannot. That's going to have to be beat.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah, so
That's royalty.
And you know, we just ran that whole big celebrating Sheck Exley last month, so I would have included it then, but I just found it when I got home. So
Man,
I think that's going to be a good one. Yeah,
that's precious. Like that's
Yes.
royalty.
right, true diving royalty, yes for sure. So our next story, really interesting. This is a company that helped foment the dive computing revolution. And I'm speaking of Cochran Undersea Technology. Have a great piece written by a man, Carlos Landers, who's down in Venezuela. He was the Latin American distributor for Cochran. I should say Mike Cochran founded the company in 1986. He passed away a few years ago in 2018, and the company then folded. So this is sort of a rest in peace Cochran Undersea Technology. But they were just incredible. A lot of firsts. Mike had 57 patents to his name, including the patent for the microprocessor chip. He was working at Texas Instruments at the time. He left Texas Instruments to then form his dive computing company. A lot of firsts. The first dive computer on a single circuit board. First air integrated, gas integrated dive computer. They had automatic sensing that could tell if you're in freshwater or saltwater. What are some of the other firsts? The tap interface. Early gradient factors. They had conservation factors in it. What if software that talked to your computer, and if your computer died, you could actually transfer the information from one to a new unit or be upgraded. Really interesting. And then created an algorithm for helium and deep stops. And then finally, they made the Navy's dive computer called Cochran Navy, used by U.S. Navy and Special Forces teams. So it's a really interesting look into some of our diving history. So, yeah.
Real pioneers. Wow.
Yeah, truly. So, very interesting. We have a couple reviews this month, some fun stuff. This new book is out, Ghost Ships of the Baltic, by Carl Douglas and Jonas Dahm. And it's just an incredible, I mean, the photos in here are just, not to be believed. And interestingly, we have our own Jesper Kohler, who's the new editor-in-chief of Quest magazine, grew up in the Baltics diving these wrecks. So yeah. He does a review. I have to say it's probably one of the most uncompromising and extravagant wreck diving books ever produced. It's really phenomenal.
I can't wait to check it out. I've done a bit of diving in the Baltic, and I've done some wreck diving there. There's something very magical about it because the water's always very green, as the cover of that image showed. Right. And it does give the whole thing a very eerie, ghost-like feel. It's beautiful.
Right. And brackish, so that the shipworms and other creatures that eat up wood don't exist there, and therefore all these wrecks are beautifully preserved, like the Great Lakes. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly.
And we have one other review. It's something I did. This is an album. More People Have Been to the Moon, and it's by a guy, British cave diver Steve Thomas, and musician. And him and his partner were the first to negotiate off fun on the cave system. It's in the Brecon Beacon Mountains in South Wales. And so he wrote a whole piece. He was bringing in these high def microphones with condoms into the cave to be able to record in the cave. It was the only safe part of the cave dive, actually, or the safest part. Anyway, so we'll be talking about that as well in this issue. Yeah.
Condom diving for music. I love it. Of course. Of course.
We have a few other cool pieces. Sports psychologist and longtime veteran tech instructor Matt Jevons from Ireland has got a great piece of perspective on teaching CCR cave, using rebreathers in cave diving, and how to teach people to air safely. So if you make a mistake, which we do as humans, you're not going to die for it, which is always a good thing. Shades of our friend Gareth Locke. So anyway, so those are some of the stories we have.
Well, before I let you leave, you need to now tell me why do divers run out of air?
Yes. Air.
Gas.
They're diving
air.
Compressed air is for tires. I know. Anyway, we have a great story. It's by Peter Bruzzacott. He's a PhD hydrograph researcher. He was the editor at Dan of Dan's annual diving reports. And in this piece, he dives very deep into the data. We have about 40 years looking at cave diving fatalities and incidents. He has the Dan Diving Incident Report System database and another called Project Dive Explore database, and sort of teases out the factors. And it's complicated. It's not just, gee, I didn't look at my gauge. You had mentioned you have run out of gas. I too had an embarrassing out of gas incident.
Sure.
In retrospect, it all made sense. You know, it's like, oh man, I wouldn't do that again. But at the time, it's written up in the Close Calls book. But, you know, so there's not one answer, but certainly human factors are a big part of it, as well as equipment and environment. So Peter teases this out and tries to estimate what the risk is. Maybe very loose because we don't have good data in diving, but maybe 1 out of 600 dives ends in some kind of out of gas. The important thing is to, because we do make mistakes as humans, is to practice your S drills. So when someone does run out of gas, it's no biggie. We just go, hey, here you go. Here's some gas.
I'd actually, if it's okay for a moment, I'd like to even take it beyond GUE, because this isn't something that just happens within our community. This is something that happens across all organizations.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're watching and you happen to be, you know, a PADI diver, an AWI diver, an SSI diver, it doesn't matter. What we're saying applies. In GUE, we have the protocol, which is the S drill. We've got the alternate air source drill. In PADI, just, guys, practice. Just keep practicing your skills, no matter what. This isn't about inter-organizational wars, and it never should be. Just stay safe, stay diving, keep practicing your drills, please.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So I think it's gonna be a really interesting issue for people. I'm excited to be out next Thursday, of course, on indepth.blog or GUE.com/blog. And,
look at you! I don't even need to prompt you anymore. Look at this.
I've learned it all from you, my friend. Just
love it. You make my job so easy. Thank you.
And it's a free subscription, and then we'll deliver new stories to your inbox. So I hope people will check it out and subscribe.
Guys, please be sure to subscribe to InDepth. You've got not only the a legend next to me of the tech diving and diving industry. Yeah, that would be you, funny man. You've got a legend who's the editor-in-chief of this thing. You've got a load of amazing contributors who are regular contributors. It's a good read, guys. If you're into diving, and bring it back again, it doesn't matter if you're a GUE diver or not. It's a good read, no matter which organization you're from. So please do be sure to check it out. As for me, well, please be sure to, if you are on GUE TV, to check out my new streaming series, Creative Imagery for Divers. It's for beginners. It will take you from zero to hero and teach you how to take great photos. And when you're not taking great photos, you'll know why you're not taking great photos. All right. If you are not subscribed yet to GUE TV, you can start a 3-day free trial now. And if you're not interested in that, that's fine. Then please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you are on right now. Give the video a thumbs up. Please be sure to share this video with any divers you think may be interested. That's all from us, guys. Michael and I will see you next month. Stay safe.
Thank
Keep diving. See you soon, Michael.
Practice your S drills.
Good note to end on. Love that. Bye, mate.